Hey, this actually sucks. A lot. Every identity loses 5 SP. Which means that we're now starting at negative SP on the first frigging turn. And he's aiming indiscriminately with this skill. Inflict eyeball pinion, turn in, gain stack divided by rupture count and bleed count. Kneel! Screw you! So on the upside, we do have Priest Gregor fielded now, and he does actually heal SP. So we can try and catch up faster. But yeah, don't go into that corner, it's not worth it. No sloth weakness, so this one attack isn't the worst, but it isn't. Gain rupture count and bleed count. So we will get a little bit of bleed, but it's on our favorite Blood Fiend, so she can heal it off. What would be our most effective method? I think we need to beat down this guy the most. Because he's throwing out rupture count. Actually, is there anything about sanity? Double-edged feather. Gain fragile and healing boost on hit, inflict rupture and bleed. Gain fragile healing boost on hit, inflict rupture and bleed. Lose after losing a clash. Base value is 5.
이 수많은 소원들 중 그대가 이루고 싶은 소원은 무엇인가?
He's getting SP for landing hits. That's really not good.
지금 공로 지원한다.
Are you seriously going to be spamming that attack the entire time? On hit with a skill, heal. If the target has eyeball pinion, heal more. On hit, heal SP. Gain offense level next turn every time this unit loses a clash. Whenever this target hits the same target 3 times in the same turn, inflict fragile. For every HP they lose, gain offense level and lose defense level. When losing all HP, the encounter ends. This is so frustrating. At least this one isn't unbreakable. But that starting negative really irks. $54 to $69, that's a killing blow, so we can just ignore that ad now. He shouldn't have any allies, is the important point. I don't like it. I really, really don't like it. Oh, you know what I really don't like? I don't like rolling all tails. It honestly makes me think that there's a secret negative 25 to all the coins that I flip. I hate games with RNG so much. Why do I keep playing this game when the RNG hates me?
읽어줄까? 부탁한다.
여긴 맡겨주세요.
Why are you still alive, you dick? Kowtow before me. On hit without cracking, inflict lots of eyeball pinion, but also expire all eyeball pinion. Consume 5% HP on self. This cannot kill. This is so frustrating. She should be able to get a kill, which on Red Eyes does actually give healing. It won't be much healing, but it will be healing. Honestly, saving up so much gluttony and pride is now paying off.
고귀하게.
Yeah, I definitely needed I needed a forced ID in order to do all this, because not having fluid sac is such a detriment. But there's just no force that I want to use, except for maybe the new force, but I'm not going to spend all my stuff on that. I also hate the unbreakable coins for an entirely different matter.
여기구나.
엎드리도록.
Why is this idiot unstaggerable?
추잡하네. 너희의 무기로 이 혈투를 승리로 이끌.
It's not fun. Are you kidding me? He resists everything.
끝내지.
그 삶의 마침표를. 히스크리프 지금
폭로 지원한다.
자, 맛볼 시간이다.
한 점만 노린다. 깔끔한 헤드샷. 머리통에 작살났다고.
Now please tell me that the guy who just took all our money was hiding behind him the whole time, so we can easily get our stuff back?
관리자님, 이쪽으로 오십시오.
Sharp feathers began to fly in all directions, puncturing the walls and anyone caught in their range.
자, 훨씬 흥미진진해지기 시작했습니다. 모두가 정신없어지는 이때 한까지 줄어들게 되면 어떨까요?
자식을 그냥.
I hope she does, and I hope you're the one to give it to her, Heathcliff.
부처님, 일단 피하십시오. 안 돼. 여기서 피하면 보호기 위험해진단 말이야. 임대호! 너는 계속 보호기 옆에 있어. 알았지? 마지막까지 지켜줘야 해. 너는 계속 보호기 옆에 있어. 알았지? 임대호! 안 돼. 여기서 피하면 보호기 위험해진단 말이야. 마지막까지 지켜줘야 해.
See, the thing is that there really doesn't seem to be any reason for you to hire Night Strider, because you really do seem sincere at moments like this, but there's only so many people that could have hired the Night Strider. And even less, there's very few people with the motivation to do it, and even less that wouldn't be aware of the Sinner revivals. And absolutely no one seems surprised that we entered.
아가씨.
Leaving behind Zhu Baoshi as she and her Zhu mercenaries drew Shi Yuhua away. We barely managed to make it within the walls. Did we actually lose all our money because that idiot decided to take it? We did! Someone needs to shoot the person responsible for this nonsense, because that was not a nice trick to pull. Honestly, he should have gone for he should have gone. Does he think that we won't hold a grudge and hunt him down outside of this thing? Yep, no more outside. Honestly, I think we've waited long enough.
나는 밤이 좋더라. 이것저것 임무도 많고.
너무 걸려봤자 소용없어. 이미 또 아리를 틀었는데 무슨 수로 도망가게.
New skill, Serpent Shear Puncturing Arm. Use support passive. Like a serpent, flexible, elastic, and unpredictable. Skill enhance, skill enhance. And I guess it was all just a lie. What was it again? This procedure is gonna make I replace my arm with an actual snake? Very funny. This is why I never listened to the guys who made it out first. The child impassively inspects his mutated arm, growing pensive. Was it because this 7th procedure did not result in the changes he was expecting? His arm became more flexible, the venom coursing through his veins had become even more deadly. But it wasn't all that impressive to the child, whose emotions had been dulled and eroded by the Heisho Bolus. Will you excuse us? The Heisho Zion Ren has bestowed us a bolus. The child, who was still investigating his changed arm, looked up curiously at the other Heisho entering to use the bolus. It was odd. New boluses already? It hadn't been so long since they received the last batch. Not to mention how they were accompanied by a small crowd that was soon to be converted into snakes. Huh? Is it already time to marinate the newcomers? It didn't take too long for the child to realize what was going on. I guess we lost quite a few snakes last time following our lord's half-baked orders. Rumors of the next family hierarchy evaluation had begun to circulate in Hongwan. The prominent candidates used their Heisho pack more strategically, but certain lords who happened to get a hold of the leash by sheer luck used the Heisho too haphazardly. If he really wanted to take on an army, he should have taken those cockfighter roosters' leashes. Ugh, what was he thinking, throwing a bunch of snakes at a full frontal assault? No wonder we suffered so many losses. A Heisho cannot defy their lord's orders. Even foolish orders like the one from the last lord who ordered the assassination and ambush specializing snakes to attack in the open. Of course, since it's extremely difficult to gain control of any branch of the Heisho, most of them try to use them carefully. But like all things, there are always exceptions. Oh man, come on fellas. Why the long face? You're all getting bestowed with those precious boluses today, aren't you? Some snakes began to grow visibly uncomfortable upon hearing the child's conversation with the other snake. So the child stopped, thought for a moment, then attempted to alleviate some of the palpable tension. Well, at least let me give you a few pointers. Let's see. I got no idea whether this applies to all Heisho boluses, but you do not want to drink the sea bolus solution, okay? One time there was this guy who grew a bit impatient with the process, so he decided to chug the sea bolus solution and, well, let's just say it wasn't much use to us anymore. Mutations were too severe. Just relax and soak it in, huh? You barely have to do anything. It's not like they're sawing your arms off. Oh, and remember to take it slow at first, okay? Take some time getting used to how squiggly an arm can get. I swear getting them tangled up was a real mess. You're not helping. They were certainly helpful, but also rather cold. The silence in the room grew even more awkward. The child scratched his hair for a bit before slowly turning to the other snake to change the subject. So, Weren't you supposed to be on a different mission from our Lord today? A different snake is on standby, having volunteered to take on the assignment instead. With our Lord's approval, of course. I've got a feeling I know who that snake might be. I'll head over there too, just in case. If she's infiltrating the infamous Gia family, it won't hurt to have an extra snake to back her up. I had a feeling this would happen. It's always these newborn snakes. It takes them a while to realize their place. The child read the mission written on the bamboo scroll before letting out an exasperated chuckle. The mission was to find a small hermitage called the Pine Hermitage and decapitate everyone on the list. However, the child knew that the exception clause written in small letters at the bottom of the instructions was the most important part of the mission. Should you encounter a target not on the list, crush their head. He saw a fellow snake hesitating before a young boy, a candidate. The boy was tearing up. The child watched in silence. When he noticed the other snake's eye focus on the boy's neck, he moved his arm without hesitation. The arm slithered across the ground like a snake before coming to a quiet stop behind the candidate. Let's see, was it downward cut from this angle? No, stab to the right. The pole arm in the child's hand suddenly leaped forth, a swift strike, and penetrated the young candidate's skull as precisely and easily as stabbing through an inert apple. Yep, because that's the symbolism for Gregor, isn't it? The strike was quick and silent. There was no room for emotional judgment in his motion. The child casually saunters up to the other snake, who stood frozen, her eyes trembling with shock. He chats her up. Just realized you pretty much had the situation handled. I didn't just jump the gun, did I? My bad if I did. The child understands how his fellow snake feels. He's been a beast of the Heisho for a long, long time. He knew exactly what this newcomer wanted. It was simply that he could not empathize at all with what she felt. He also had to wrap up this mission before it went awry. Then he let the incident slip away like a snake, pretending to be ignorant about what she was about to do. He told the other snake to return home, that he'll take care of the report. The child wasn't exactly looking out for her. He simply found it unnecessary to point it out. She might have hesitated because she's still only on her first procedure. Well, in going through another procedure will take care of that problem. The child's ruthless, unfeeling words betrayed the casual cadence with which he muttered them. But his expression is utterly neutral, his gait unaffected. Perhaps the reason this child was able to survive all those missions, to the point where he was receiving his 7th procedure, was because he stuck to being nothing more than a tool in the hands of others. Dark. Yeah, he knew what Rodian was planning. Anyway, if we uptie him once more, coin power +1 for every 10 to a maximum of 2. Gaining 2 poise count. If this unit has Serpent Arm, inflict Rupture count on crit. 3 poise and 2 poise count next turn. On base attack skill use, if target has Rupture, gain 5 poise. On use, gain to a maximum of 2 some coin power. Also raises the base power, raises Clash Wind Rupture count infliction. Consume 10 poise on self to reuse the coin once. On crit, gain a little Serpent Arm. 8 plus 14, so that's 22. 26 or 28. If the unit has Serpent Arm, deal 100% damage on crit hit. What's the Deathrat Venom again? So it doesn't actually add anything that we'd care about. Darn. 3 plus 10 on his guard, reversal kick. It becomes gluttony. At 10 plus poise count, coin power plus 1. I could see spamming this guard a few times until you get a lot of poise count. But 10 poise count is a very large number. That's the problem. Although I guess he's getting 2 poise count here, so it does actually go up with every skill 1 use. Anyway, we have about 3 minutes. Not enough for a story segment though, so I guess next time we're going to do more. Gregor has had quite a large chunk removed from him, but I think we're still pretty good. Until next time guys, take care, I'll see you all around.